What's in B already?
So dudes, welcome to another Operator How-To. Today we're going to be taking a look at Mr. Worldwide, Team Rainbow's resident C4 enthusiast.
Beep.
Pulse is equipped with the beepin' box. A microwave retrofitted from Team Rainbow's break room for the purpose of scanning terrorists. In days of old, Pulse was a wall-hacking king of the realm. This ability has been curbed with repeated nerfs to the utterly maladjusted piece of crap 45, which has become one of the most hated guns in Rainbow Six Siege, unless you're Foxay or Canadian.
God damn!
Pulse's specialty is not fragging, despite the 3-speed rating. He is a mobile, intel-gathering, plant-denying machine, and he's here to talk to you for a moment about verticality. Pulse's primary weapon, the phone bomb, is an example of perfect gadget and secondary gadget synergy that opens up a wide range of Pulse possibilities. Vigil can waste time trying to get people to clear him out, and Jaeger likes to run around and get his frags. But Pulse is not a face checker or a wide swinger. In fact, if you try to do any of these things with the UMP-45, you better hit your shots or you're gonna feel really dumb for even trying it in the first place. It's me, I'm gonna feel really dumb for trying it in the first place. Except when it works. This was unwise.
Was it though?
Yes. Extremely. I don't know how to get back in, bro! Oh god! Give me the fuck out of here! There's no way I get away with that, dude. Pulse's job isn't to frag as much as it is to make important plays with the C4 or to collaborate with his teammates through intel gathering to help them make plays. It's not a stretch to call him the most unconventional 3-speed in the game. His C4 can be used for plant denial, obviously, but it can also be used to get free picks on people who aren't paying attention. On maps that emphasize vertical play with destructible floors, like Border or Consulate, Pulse is a dangerous opponent to keep track of, and ranked players know it. Roaming from below, your primary directive that may be given to you once or twice by the members of your stack will be pretty simple. Don't die. That sounds pretty easy until you realize that the beepin' of the beepin' box will cause enemy attackers to froth at the mouth and go into a roam hunting frenzy like the seagulls from Finding Nemo.
I'm getting droned out from upstairs.
I can't believe he fucking pushes that.
I tried to say.
You can and should bring a Pulse occasionally to play in the server room below on Consulate, and if you have an opportunity to get the poor sap running in from Visa with your C4, do it.
Beep.
Rooms that don't have a lot of open space for you to get shot from a wide range of angles are going to be safer plays than others. To mitigate your chances of getting shot in the ass, you need to keep scanning around you and keep a mental note of where the attackers could be coming from. When you're playing off of the site, you have to be a little paranoid and keep looking over your shoulder, because the second you stop paying attention while you're gathering intel is the point at which you get droned out and swung on. Don't just sit and look at the same wall when you're off of the site. Look over at that wall. Look at this wall. Look at these walls. Look at all those walls. Look at this door.
Let's look at the door.
Pulse's priority number 1 should be staying alive throughout the course of the round, which is easier said than done, I imagine. But if you gather enough intel on the way towards the end, he can use a C4 to deny a plant, or he can use his gun, whatever works. Rooms like the Gold Vault on Bank, where there's lots of solid cover in which you can still see the enemy's position through his scanner, are the best. Like this round between Dark Zero and Empire, where you have a Doc playing a very, very long angle in red, to keep the C4 that Pulse is going to throw from getting shot out of the air. Or when Troy can't seem to figure out why he's so much better than everyone. Going for frags with Pulse is a very deliberate process. You can't really pre-fire with the UMP because the rate of fire on it is so slow. One thing that helped Canadian clutch this 1v3, or soon-to-be 1v3 after Bolo gets these frags, is how selective he is in his engagements. Instead of taking the gunfight here, now I don't know if Canadian knows whether or not it's a Twitch he's dealing with or not, but I'm gonna assume that he does, due to the default cam and circle desk. He does everything he can to make the potential gunfight with Geo as inconvenient for Geo as possible. Rather than swinging and trying to go for the gunfight as soon as he gets the intel on a sensor and bathroom, he takes a defensive posture here and then waits. Only when he's confident that Twitch is gone does he do this little dance in the hallway, and I'm pretty sure that if Geo is ADSing down this hallway, Canadian doesn't get away with this peek, but that's just how it be sometimes. But this is the moment that seals the round on the rotate.
I can't believe how TSM was just able to bold.
This is why buffing Pulse's UMP is going to be a tricky situation if we ever get to that. Because intel is the most important thing to keep track of in Siege. And Pulse is one of the best at doing it on defense. As Canadian rotates up yellow stairs, he knows for a fact that there's only a number of different angles that he can get engaged from. A logical pre-aim spot would be the connector hall right here because the bomb was planted in projector. You can actually see the tracers start here from Bolo's G8 from the connector hallway. So Bolo started shooting first here. Despite getting tagged, Canadian gets the headshot and wins the fight. Earlier, before Canadian rotated up the yellow stairs, he had that ping, which tells him the most logical place for somebody to be at this point is going to be in the bathroom. And thus, a Siege meme was born.
Bolo's one shot away. Will Canadian clutch?
my God!
No way he pulls that off in the defuse.
Using a dump and you little still get hang! I'm old as shit with the worst gun in the game! I'm old as shit! 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 I'm old as shit!
Wow. That's bullshit. You kind of need to pick your fights and go for the gunfight in situations where you know you can win it.
Are they near you?
Yeah, outside garage west.
About to get peeked. It also has a damage rating of 38, which is a really weird number in Rainbow Six. It doesn't have an outlandishly long time to kill against 1 armor and 2 armor opponents, but it takes years to take down 3 armors. Not like you're going to be running into a lot of those on defense anyway. Pulse usually goes for the kill when somebody is least expecting it, like when you get the intel on a guy, then make an educated guess of where their head is, and pop it. You'll definitely learn to aim for the head with the UMP, because it's the only way you're going to win the fight half the time. Having such a low rate of fire means that you're not going to go through the 26-round magazine as much, but when you run into a Blackbeard, results may vary. The shotgun is a bit of a meme that I suppose could be used for very specific strats where you as a Pulse can get intel on a push incoming, then blast them when they get too close, but it significantly handicaps your fragging potential even more than it already does, and it makes you virtually useless at medium to long range, so I'd advise against it unless you know what you're doing, or if you have black ice on it like I do.
Arcade side? West?
Despite extensive training, Pulse has this habit of letting the recoil of the gun get the better of him, and when you spam fire with the M10, it just kind of flies up into the sky. So if you want to go trap shooting, be my guest. This is the part of the video where I say operator is good in the right hands. Pulse is a pretty good example of that, because my hands are not the hands of which to use Pulse. But he's pretty fun. If you don't have an ADS for your buddy holding a staircase, I'm not necessarily saying you shouldn't bring a Jaeger, but Pulse is an example of a supplementary pick, and protein powder is a supplement too. So if you want those intel gains, go for it. He also has an incredible amount of business casual drip, and that's pretty impressive in my book.
Shut up about my head. It is normal. It is a nice head. It does not look like a sodding tic-tac.
Maybe one day, when terrorists hunt, training grounds, get some quality of life adjustments, we can do some T-hunts with the UMP to better our usage of it. But for now, just make sure you hit your shots, keep checking that beeping box, and call out. Do all that, and Pulse will be an essential addition to your team's roster. And always remember, when you get a UMP kill on a Twitch.
One circle that's out.
I got Twitch.
Yeah, switch. That was circle.
Last one's repelled. Last one's repelled. Upside down.
Dead.
Let's go.
Located the diffuser. Destroy it.
Give me that shit. Give me it. No.
Oh, that shit's staying on, dumbass. Oh, it's on everybody now.
You have to kill me to get it.
No, we're all die.
Friendly destroy the
You motherfucker. Also, never forget when Pulse threw the ace at match point at Invite because he was simping for Habana. Dumbass. And if we're talking about Mira, that's a completely different. Coming up next is Ash.
Not on your window.
This one goes out to all the guys who think that I pad my videos out to 10 minutes.
Is he right? Is he right?
Deuces.